guys, it's Calvin, Coaching Company in New Zealand. So I'm driving my pile of crap LS430, and this is the one that I bought pretty cheap. I was going to pull the engine out of it and use the engine for a transplant, but it's too good to do that, so I'm going to keep it and do a bit on it. It's actually quite nice to drive, and it'll be a good opportunity to fix a few bits and pieces on it. This is the one that's got no exhaust underneath, and as you can tell at the moment it's pretty quiet. It's not too bad at all. It finishes just past the gearbox actually, where it joins from 2 into 1. If I put my foot down, it sounds terrible. Cruising and light throttle, it's okay. It's also really slow, and that's if you watch my first video where I was using it to test a ECU. It's the AVIS, the flaps on the intake manifold aren't working, so we will be fixing that as well. But I'm heading off to the exhaust shop to get an exhaust fitted. We're just going to drop it off. We're dropping a block off and some parts off for other bits and pieces, other jobs, so we're combining it all into one. This car's also got 4 different tyres on it, with the left rear being bald with canvas hanging out of it. So we're going to get that sorted as well. The tyres are coming. We've got a set of just a middle of the road set of tyres for over here, a set of Firestone FO1s. I've also tried to find a set of spare rims, because if I had this car going, Jace would have had it at the racetrack this weekend just to cruise around in it. But the priority today is getting that exhaust done, or the next week getting the exhaust done, making it actually sound a bit nicer, and trying to make this car legal and get it on the road to drive as an everyday car. I've also found, not that I drive every day because I live in the middle of nowhere, I've also found that the air conditioning is kind of special, as in it just turns itself on when it wants to turn itself on, and it's not blowing any cold air in the front. It actually appears that the button on the right hand bottom corner, the auto button, just simply isn't working. But we'll work on that as well. Cruise control works, that's nice. And we did have to charge the battery, so it might have a voltage drain there as well. So there's a fair bit of work to get done on this whole deal. As you guys have probably seen, I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm about 45 minutes away from Hamilton, big city, and about 35 away from Rotorua. And I used to have my workshop, used to be in Hamilton, so I've got a lot of contacts there. However, I've moved, and I come to Rotorua a bit as well. I'm actually going to try a new exhaust shop. Haven't used them before, but I have been recommended. They've been recommended to me, so I'm going to see how we get on with it, eh? So this car, when it came into us, when I got it, it had been hacked off about here, just been hacked. So the exhaust shop, for the meantime, we've put a short bit of pipe through here into a collector, and we've got the twin pipes coming out into some actually pretty nice mufflers, quite a straight through but packed. So it's just goes through a wiggle, you can see right through it, and it actually sounds real nice, eh?
It does. It does.
Does sound nice.
Sounds purrs like a kitten.
Yep. This is this tyre's probably a little bit worse than when we first got it, but this one is the Toyo.
Oh, the Proxy.
Proxy.
Made in Japan.
Yep. I used to work at Toyo New Zealand. This is a Dunlop. Awesome. This one. Oh, what is it? Don't even know what brand that one is, and it's a bit dark in here.
Oh, there's Dunlops that made in Japan as well.
Mazzini? A Mazzini?
Let's see where that's made.
Ecos.
Oh.
605 plus. That's awesome. And what we've got? What's this one? YU63. That's going to be. Oh, and.
They don't even want to tell us where this one's made.
A Jinyu.
Jinju.
Jinyu. Jinyu. Made in China.
Jinju.
Jinyu. Jinyu.
That's cheap as. See this little elephant guy? It's upside down, but that's their little logo. Jinju.
Yeah, awesome. We've done a bit of a check underneath, and it looks like we'll be doing an inner rack end because Shay gives it a wiggle. There's a little bit of play there. It might be in the rack itself though. That's probably going to need some investigations.
Too many left-hand downs.
It's just age, 200,000 Ks. There was a bit of leakage from the transmission, so we will be giving that transmission a service. That'll be on our list of jobs to do. And eventually it is going to get the rest of the exhaust fixed. So piddly ass, little peckers
2-inch
will be removed. And we'll put something better on. These will be leaving. We'll be putting some new front oxygen sensors in, and the cats will be leaving.
Bye bye, kitty.
And that'll be leaving, and that'll be upsized. Shay's given a bit of a tighten up of some covers and bits and pieces. Right, let's get it in for a warrant, get some tyres on it, we'll try and get it.
I've never seen the brakes on these things. Look at the brakes.
They're big, eh?
Monsters. Are they 4 pots? Well, they only 2 pots. On the one side.
They are some big ass brakes.
So they are 2 pots on the one side though, yeah?
What's he got there?
It almost looks like, oh yeah, there's 2.
They're big 4-pots.
They are, eh?
A big 4-pot brakes on them. That's why it stops. Let's get that bumper taped up so we can get it into town.
I'll give it the beans, man. Watch out. Woohoo. Lightning, lightning.
It's a perfect time for doing videos. Sunstrike, sun's in my eyes. Just got the LS430 back from the exhaust shop. And I probably should say that over here we don't tend to buy bolt-ons the same. We tend to just take to an exhaust shop and they make stuff. Just looking underneath, it looks like he's done a lovely, lovely job of it. And the car is noticeably nicer to drive. Not only is the power smoother, but it also accelerates way nicer. Now there will be guys going that it's because of the back pressure. As soon as guys start talking about back pressure, it pretty much suggests that they know nothing about exhausts and how exhausts work. I've got other videos on sizing of exhausts and I discussed that a little bit there. And now this one, normally if you took off the rear half of the system and you put on a bigger rear half of the system, you'll gain noise, but you won't gain any power. And it's the front half that makes the biggest difference. That is unless there are some major restrictions in the back, okay? But I've still got the restrictions that this has in the front pipes. I've done the back because one, there wasn't an exhaust at the back. It needed an exhaust. And two, I kind of wanted to leave the front stock, so I can get it on a dyno and we can show what it does to put a correct system on it and the results we can get. And I also wanted to check it with our reflash, so I can reflash the ECU on a stock front half of the exhaust, so as close to what most people would be running, and show the gains that can be made on a normal exhaust system. And then we'll blow the cats out of it, put some headers on it, and put some proper pipe sizing. That vent has got to be one of the greatest things about these cars. It is so good not to have sweaty sacks. You'll also notice it's nice and quiet in here. It's got quite a nice note outside, but it's smooth and lovely in here like it should be. And the loud car is going to wear out a driver. This is just absolutely gorgeous to drive again. Even though, yep, the AVIS isn't working. That's for another video as well. Now I'm going to get it into the Warrant Fitness shop and get a Warrant Fitness check and see what other repairs we're going to need to do to this car to make it legal. So I hope that's been helpful. Talk to you again soon. We'll catch you later.